Welcome to Iraqi Dinar News. Today's developments are creating waves across the financial world, and if you've been holding Iraqi dinar, Vietnamese dong, or Zimbabwean dollars, this update could be the turning point you've been waiting for. On the current date in the USA, confidential activity tied to major U.S. banks has reached a new level of seriousness. Chase Bank has reportedly begun initiating quiet, direct outreach to top-tier IQD holders. These aren't general emails or press statements. They're private phone calls, strategically made to pre-screened clients through Chase's elite wealth management division. No paperwork has surfaced publicly, but the ripple effect is already shifting expectations across the entire currency holder community. What's especially notable is the discretion with which these contacts are being made. These conversations are happening through verified KYC channels and are targeting high-net-worth individuals known to be holding IQD, VND, or ZWL. This isn't rumor mill talk. These are real calls from real private bankers. The terminology used is subtle but highly suggestive. Clients are being told to review their currency positions, confirm exchange intentions, and ensure all documentation is prepared. While no dates or exact rates have been officially disclosed, the consistency of these phrases across multiple reports is raising serious questions. Most notably, are we on the edge of an organized redemption rollout? Longtime dinar commentator Sandy Ingram recently offered some important background. Drawing from conversations with her former husband, a retired Federal Reserve employee, she highlighted how institutional resistance to a revaluation was once rooted in Iraq's poor transparency and outdated financial systems. For years, the banking community viewed Iraq as unstable and too high risk for serious financial integration, but today, that narrative is shifting. Iraq's central bank has undertaken major reforms. Digital banking upgrades are in place, international compliance standards are being implemented, and financial transparency has vastly improved. These aren't surface-level changes, they're structural upgrades meant to rebuild trust and earn global inclusion. This turnaround is now reflected in how Chase and likely other institutions are behaving. The absence of public memos or email announcements actually confirms how strategic this phase is. Everything is happening over the phone, likely to avoid leaving any visible paper trail while allowing flexibility in execution. When banks act like this, it typically signals a highly sensitive operational stage, possibly the early steps of a tiered rollout. These rollouts begin with the top 1% of verified clients, allowing systems to be tested in a controlled environment before opening to wider audiences. If that's what's happening now, then we could be witnessing the start of a financial process that's been anticipated for years. Reports confirm that calls have been received in multiple states, New York, California, Texas, Florida, indicating that this is not isolated, it's a coordinated effort, potentially nationwide. The people being contacted share a few things in common. They've undergone full KYC checks, they have documented currency accounts, and they've been holding IQD, VND, or ZWL for extended periods. What's happening may be quiet, but it's happening. What stands out most about this wave of activity is the language being used in these private calls. Bankers are not giving out hard dates or confirming exact exchange rates, but they are clearly signaling that something significant is approaching. Phrases like confirm note authenticity, prepare your account preferences, and be ready for follow-up instructions are now common in these discussions. Some clients have been informed that secure links or access codes may be sent soon, likely tied to Chase's private client portals, where redemptions could be scheduled with added security layers. This level of precision and confidentiality suggests planning, not random outreach. It aligns with how large financial institutions typically launch sensitive programs, gradually, quietly, and in a tightly controlled manner. And it's happening at a time when Iraq's central bank is signaling readiness. They've aligned monetary policy with IMF standards, made major updates to their financial infrastructure, and publicly discussed their goal of restoring the dinar to a real exchange rate that better reflects their natural resources and economic stability. Vietnam and Zimbabwe are taking similar steps. Vietnam's digital currency systems have gone live, and Zimbabwe is now piloting a gold-backed digital dollar. As these countries progress under international oversight, the signs point toward a larger, coordinated financial restructuring, possibly even a multi-currency redemption event. Many experts believe that if Chase is moving this aggressively, other banks like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and HSBC are likely making their own preparations behind the scenes. Investor forums, Telegram groups, and private dealer chats are now filled with reports of similar conversations taking place nationwide. There's even been a noticeable uptick in the demand for uncirculated 25,000 IQD notes, with multiple dealers selling out within hours. What's also catching attention are internal banking changes. Chase is reported to have completed major upgrades over the past 6 months. New servers, biometric verification, and secure digital communication protocols within their private banking platforms. These aren't just general tech improvements. They appear to be designed specifically for high-volume, high-security financial operations like multi-currency redemptions. Training manuals at several institutions have recently referenced new terms such as Foreign Asset Class 7 and Exchange Code 410. While not publicly defined, currency watchers believe these codes relate directly to structured exchange procedures or tiered redemption categories. And it's not just the IQ debt in focus. Vietnam has passed recent fiscal reform packages and met key global financial standards, positioning the dong for a serious revaluation. Zimbabwe, while more speculative, has gained attention due to its shift toward asset-backed models. Analysts are now openly suggesting that if this is a coordinated global reset, then multiple currencies will likely be included. Some unconfirmed but consistent reports even hint at tiered rate systems. Early figures suggest the dinar could start floating around $0.41, with contract rates reaching up to $0.47 for qualified holders. The dong may begin near $0.00 and reach $0.039 for private clients. Of course, these numbers are not confirmed, but when so many unrelated sources begin quoting similar figures, patterns emerge that imply coordination. If you're holding any of these currencies, now is the time to act. Make sure your notes are clean and undamaged. Organize receipts, certificates of authenticity, and any paperwork verifying your purchase. Update your banking information. Complete any necessary identity verification processes. And be alert. No legitimate financial institution will ever ask you to send currency by mail or charge an upfront fee. Use only secure, official channels. Some experts believe we are now within a 10-day window where VIP outreach will transition into broader public engagement. If everything proceeds without disruption, July 2025 could go down as a landmark month in financial history. Already, liquidity monitors are showing unusual activity, and banking models are being updated discreetly behind closed doors. These are the final steps that often occur before an official shift is announced. Stay sharp. Avoid online hype. Check your emails, dashboards, and alerts frequently. If you've waited this long, don't let a lack of preparation keep you from participating. This isn't just about belief, it's about action. You're closer than ever to seeing it all unfold. Stay connected with Iraqi Dinar News for continuous updates as we track every move in this unfolding financial transformation.